Erin here with Erin Makes, and today we are going to make some table centerpieces, and we are going to struggle very, very hard to get there. So come along with me as we make a couple different attempts with our Cricut, our Canon Pixma, and kind of getting to this final state. So this is the design I have on my iPad. A couple different layers. It's gonna be a print and cut, and then I guess a print and cut, and then the other one is a draw and cut, and I already did that layer, the background for those. I'm gonna make them all double-sided, so there'll be 2 per. I have never done the print and cut yet, and I've also never uploaded multiple images at once to Cricut Design, so let's see how that goes. So don't do what I'm doing because I already printed 1 layer, which clearly was a mistake. I was brand new to the Cricut, so we're gonna try to get this to work. Let's see how this goes. Image is too large, fair enough. Auto resize. These are great resolution images. I disagree. Auto resize. No, it just auto resized the smaller one. That's silly. Guys, this is like really not for the faint heart. Don't know what I just did there. I'm just using paper for this, so I'm not as concerned. Let's plug her in. We need to cut our paper. This is a test piece of paper first. I don't have a paper cutter yet, but maybe we will buy one. I don't know. This is too big for the printer right now. This is truly learn as you go. Paper is cut, done. Put them in the printer, next. You have the value card stock. Okay, now we need to load it. Again, I need to clean the mat, but you know what? We're gonna do that at another point. It has the little outlines, so it's gonna find those anyway, so that's fine. We are struggling, but that's okay. That's how we learn. Loaded it. We definitely did something wrong, which is totally fine. So we need to go back into Cricut and figure out why it was cutting that when it should have just printed this. Maybe I needed to flatten the 2 down. Maybe that was it. That was bad, but that's okay. We're gonna try again, and we're gonna clean off our mat while this is printing. The thing is, it wasn't actually even, so I probably should calibrate this, but you know what? We're gonna just try once more here. Moment of truth. Okay, this is a good sign, at least. Oh my gosh, I did it. You had to flatten them together first, not just attach. I have what I want in the front and the back. I just need to print out the birthday boy himself. I have these little foam squares, so we're gonna put these on and kind of make one little table stand. We're gonna see how it looks, because obviously if they don't look good, I don't want to bring them to the party. I've seen people use a lot of these, and I'm just not sure that's really necessary, so we'll just try a few. Let's see if we can find our tweezers. Always have tweezers for crafting, whether that is sewing or otherwise. I figured these would be a good little 3D pop. Again, we're not making anything super fancy right now. This is literally the test paper that I have. So we can see how this looks with just this. I mean, I think that's kind of cute. I now have 2 of these completely done. I need to make like 5 more. I'll probably put them all on the same sheet and try and cut them that way. And then I'm thinking for the tabletop stand, I'll probably just do 2 triangle pieces of cardboard and glue those together to make it like a little table stand so both sides can see it. I was thinking of having them kind of floating up on the table, but I'm still just thinking about how I want to do that. So we're gonna continue cutting. We are officially using the nicer, more expensive paper that I got from Paper Source. Let's see how it does. It's so interesting that it's kind of blurry, but that's not how I printed it. So we're gonna figure that out later. Hot tip for my Cricut users is to check your blade. I noticed that it'll get some paper stuck in between jobs, so it's important just to check. I printed these too small, and that's because my Procreate size canvas is 8.5 by 11, which is what we want, but Design Space actually adds those little edge things, so if your design gets too close to the edges, it won't work. So in Procreate, I'm gonna start to make a template so that I can always have those edges guiding me so that the images don't resize when we move into Design Space. To see what our limits are. But I think we can definitely do better, and we do have some time before the party. So I'm gonna open up some new paper I got. Maybe it'll inspire us. This is really cool. At this point, I decided to redo the design. So I went back into Procreate and I decided to design a city instead, and then just put his name on it so I could do a just straight up cut instead of a printed cut, because the printer wasn't necessarily working very well. And if you want a Procreate tutorial, let me know. I love using Procreate for basically everything. I do not want to pay for Design Space or anyone else's designs when I know I can make them myself, so I'm happy to teach others how to do that. Procreate is a free app for the iPad. I think it might be available on other devices, but obviously drawing on your iPad's a bit easier than some other devices like a desktop. So anyway, here's me designing the city that we end up using. Now that we have our design done, I am going to try to just cut it, and we'll see if that turns out better than our print and cut. Design Space is being a bit sassy about some random, very small marks on the design. You can kind of see some of the little dots there, so I'm getting rid of those right now from the design, and I'll re-upload as a PNG. Okay, before we do this, we need to go wash our mat. This is an advanced drying technique. Okay, important note here is that I made it larger, and when you do that, it doesn't even let you select that you want to put it on the mat, so you have to make sure that it's under. It says 8.5 by 12, but I think it's 7.5 really. My Cricut mat seems already a little bit bent, and I got this product literally this week, so we might have to buy another mat. Moment of truth here. We've come so far. These look so much better. So my idea for standing these up is I'm gonna try and like tri-fold them, and I'll probably put a little bit of white just between the letters here so they're easier to read, and then the rest is kind of, we'll like leave as is so it's a little bit see-through. Just actually I want to hold it this way, just slightly. That looks pretty good. This is what I love about crafting, is you don't have to do anything perfect. and it's still gonna look totally great. Need to clean the desk again. Oh my gosh. She's standing. That's pretty cute. Just as an FYI, we started here and we finished here, and she looks pretty good. We just need to work on the stability, which is totally fine. We can do that. So I'm pretty happy with this. I'm gonna make a couple more and we're gonna call this project complete. So thanks for coming to make some table toppers with me. Let's see what we go make next.